This is Josh at PredatorInc.com. We just received in a 2004 H2 that was bought off of eBay with a botched Duramax conversion. The truck won't start, doesn't run. So the customer shipped it here from Florida to have us diagnose it and fix the problems. I'm here with Paul, who is our master technician that diagnosed it, and we just want to go through some of the issues that are wrong with the truck. So, Paul, what's the first main issue why it doesn't start?
Well, the main issue that we have is that there's no fuel getting into the engine to start the vehicle. One of the biggest problems that we had was a kink supply line, as you can see here. Now, what happens is once it starves the injection pump, it'll actually cause a failure of the injection pump, causing a no-start problem. One of the things you'll see first would be a performance problem as far as lack of power. You have to go through a couple steps to be able to properly diagnose this problem, such as looking for leaks, cracked hoses, broken hoses. That's how I came across this problem here. Now, because of the failure of the injection pump, obviously it's not going to start.
So first we have to do is we have to diagnose it. So he did that. Now we have to pull the injection pump out, replace it, see if it runs, and then we can move forward from there.
One of the other main concerns we came across is the battery is not being tied down, and also the TCM is not anchored down either. As you can see, it's just sitting in here, being held down by the bird nest of wires. You can also see the batteries sitting here loose, as long as the other one on the other side. You can see where here it's already touching the hood, and also on the other side, it's already rubbed through the insulation.
The batteries are top mount batteries. They should have been side mount batteries so that it doesn't rub. And they also should be strapped down. And the wiring in here is a bird's nest. They didn't hook up multiple lights that need to be hooked up when ran, pulling codes. They disconnected the check engine light, as well as they didn't hook up a wait to start light. So there's no way that you even know that these codes are popping. It's kind of a hidden thing that people that don't know how to wire it do when they do these conversions.
Another thing is that they use the wrong throttle pedal for this vehicle. It'll make the car go down the road, however it'll continue to throw a check engine light, so it's not correctly done. Another main concern we had was the cooling system of this vehicle. The fan and the clutch are a stock unit. As long as the fan shroud, we're not sure where this came from, what vehicle, but it's not doing enough cooling for the actual engine itself. Not sure if that's why they added this additional fan to help with the cooling of the system. The heater was not hooked up, as you can see. It was bypassed, probably bad heater core. One other thing with the air conditioning, you see how it's sitting up against the hood latch itself, rubbing a hole through the suction hose. It's eventually going to break. Being a diesel, has a lot of vibration. They did use the correct radiator, the charge air cooler, the condenser, and the transmission cooler. However, because they didn't do it properly, they had to cut out this section of the front clip, which ruined the integrity of the perch for the hood. As you can see, is attached here. So when you open the hood, it's going to bend it the entire time. You can see they used the state-of-the-art 1997 Honda Civic seat belts to anchor the hood. They did not put in the stock springs they used to do the shock load, and as you can see, it's starting to rip on each side here and here where they did the mounting locations of it. Another thing as far as the cooling system goes, we came across is this galvanized pipe right here coming from the surge tank going down into the lower radiator hose, which fills the radiator itself. Now, a problem that we have with something like this is that the galvanized metal is going to rust eventually, and it's going to contaminate the entire cooling system. Now, what happens is when you contaminate this cooling system, you could clog up the radiator, which is going to cause an overheating problem, especially in a warm climate such as California, Florida, Texas, something like that. And that could cause a catastrophic failure as far as blown head gasket or other problems such as a water pump leaking or something like that. Now, we also came across this, when they did the front clip, that it wasn't done properly, that they removed the lower section of it. Now, what happens when they did that is they had to move the impact sensor right here for the airbag, and they put it on the bumper, which is, could be pretty dangerous when you get to a small fender bender or bump into something slightly. It could set off the airbags prematurely for a small collision, which you would not need the airbags to deploy.
In conclusion, basically, we went through the entire truck. You're looking at thousands of dollars just to repair what was done here. And like we always say, when you get a conversion done, whether you do it with us or anybody else, our competitors, make sure you fly out to the shop, drive a truck that they've done, and physically see the work they've done in person. Because their price might be better than other shops, but at the end of the day, you're going to end up with something that looks like this that doesn't work. They're going to have to ship it to us, and we're going to have to fix it, causing you more money in the long run. So you really pay for what you get. So just be careful. We encourage everybody, whether you do it with us or anybody else, take the money, fly out, go look at the shop that's doing it. Thanks.